Hey guys, Sheri and Richerson from Experimental Homesteader, Exotic Gardening, SheriandRicherson.com and biannualblogathonbash.com, and welcome to our daily vlog. First of all, I want to tell those of you that don't know, my daughter actually started a blog of her own. It's called sarahscraftography.com. That's spelled Sarahscraftography.com. So I want to encourage all of you to go check it out. She blogs on domestic violence, craft items, and autism right now. She has plans to add some other stuff in, but she's just getting started. And I think she's doing a fantastic job. So I really want to encourage you to go check it out, sign up for her newsletter, leave some comments, and let her know what you think. So I would really appreciate that. In other news today, I spent yesterday making goat milk peanut butter fudge and whole wheat noodles for a customer. And I took those this morning and I gave those to him. And I looked at some of his antiques, a very nice collection. I ended up picking up a rug and a little bag that looked like it was signed, but the more I looked at it, the more I realized it says Cubby. Anyway, it was Cubs items for Jeff, and I thought he might kind of like them. I've got to do a little cleanup because, of course, they were used items, but that's okay. So I'm going to work on getting those cleaned up. Like I said, just a couple spots, nothing bad. And then we can get those out for him so that he can enjoy them. I also took some tomato and watermelon starts to another friend of mine, the person we get our hay from. And she said that if I really want to bale hay, that if they do a second cutting, I can come out and help, which I think would be exciting. I'm hoping physically I feel good enough to do that because I would really like to learn how to bale hay. And she says I really don't, that I'm going to have chaff in places I couldn't imagine, and that, she's glad she doesn't do it anymore, but her husband still does. And I think just to have the experience one time, she may be right. I may be kicking myself in the butt at the end of the day, but you don't know till you try. And, on the other hand, I may really enjoy it. So we'll just have to see, how things turn out and what I feel like when it's time to actually go. I don't know if Jeff will want to go with me or not, but it might be a lot of fun. We might really learn something, and, I don't know. I wish I was about 30 years younger because I know I'd be having a lot of fun. I know I could do the job if I was younger. So, and I would make it fun whether or not, because if you got to do the work, you might as well find a way to enjoy it, right? Anyway, that's the way that I thought about things when I was younger. If I got to do it, I might as well have fun doing it. So, anyway, I am looking forward to the message and hopefully feeling better by then so I can go do this. We've had rain rolling through the area today, so severe storms and things. A few little patches here, a few little patches there. I've been lucky enough that I haven't actually been caught in any of the patches. So I'm glad about that. It is very hot and humid, but that's okay. I also decided, since I can't get orchid bark here, every place in town has been out for months, I went ahead and got the reptile bark. And I made up a chunky Hoya mix. It is part seed starting mix, part vermiculite, part perlite, part of the reptile bark, and part of the fluval stratum that I know I misspelled. I'm sorry. It's the aquarium soil, the little black pellets that PetSmart sells. And I think I've come up with a really nice chunky mix. So what I did to test it, because we always have to test these things, the Hoyas that I was actually rooting in water, I went ahead and moved over to this mix, and I put them in that little greenhouse that I got from IKEA, and decided to see how it works. Now, I don't know if I can actually switch. No, it's not going to let me switch direction of the camera. I was hoping I could switch direction of the camera. It let me do it yesterday. Today, it's not going to let me do it. But maybe I can get up and just flip the camera. Okay, this is the little greenhouse that I put those cuttings in. I know you're getting a lot of reflection. And this is the chunky mix that I made. Let me see if I can tilt it up. I mean, but look at that. Doesn't that look really, really nice for those of you that grow Hoya? I really think it's going to make a huge difference in the way that they grow and the way that they root. Also, the Hoya, I'm probably going to say this wrong, Lacnosa, the one that is cinnamon scented that I had said in the video yesterday I was having so much problem with. I went ahead and took the 3 starts that were looking the worst out. The problem is we have these little teeny tiny roots in that great big pot, and they're just not wanting to root in and do what they actually should do. Too much water and just not enough root there. So I went ahead and took them out, and I have them in this little greenhouse. These plants are probably going to end up outside. We have storms today and tomorrow, and so I felt like even though it's really hot in here and maybe too hot for them at the moment, inside was the better option, especially with 60 and 70 mile an hour winds and hail predicted. Hopefully we don't get that, and if we do, hopefully what's outside is in a protected enough area with that big maple tree and the big black locust tree, that the leaves of the trees will protect the little plants. If not, I guess I'll be hustling in the hail to get those in, because I really don't want to bring them inside unless I just absolutely have to. Still to do today, I still have to go outside and feed the goats their evening meal, check on the chickens to make sure they have food, collect eggs and milk Baileys, and then come inside and pasteurize that, and then of course do the dishes to clean up the milk mess. I have not taken the cream off of yesterday's milk yet. I usually don't do that until I actually milk the next day. That way it has plenty of time to set and float to the top of the milk. Now, if you have goats and you're wondering about goat milk, can I preserve it, and all the questions. On experimentalhomesteader.com, if you go over there and you search goat milk, you will not only learn how you can preserve it, but I have posts on pasteurizing, I have posts on goat milk soap, many, many resources. And I find it interesting that people, even after all this time, don't seem to realize that those sources are there. So maybe I'm not doing a real good job of promoting those resources and getting the word out, or maybe people are just forgetting or finding it easier to just straight up ask me. But I really want to encourage you, if you're into homesteading or prepping, to go check out my blog on experimentalhomesteader.com and see what's there. If you have questions, you can't find something, do feel free to contact me. The other resource I want to leave with you is my gardening blog, exoticgardening.com. I have more there than just exotic and tropical plants, although that is what that blog started out about. I have quite a few resources on tomatoes and different plants, and I have a lot more coming, guys. So please go grab the resources that are available to you. If you're a new gardener, I have a free e-course on there on basic gardening, how not to kill things. So grab that too. Anyway, and I hope you will subscribe. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comments below. Thanks for watching, and have a great night and a fantastic weekend.